Hi everyone, I'm Gina.
And I'm Marcus, and today we'll be touching on Elta as part of our project analysis series. So the preview dates are actually from between 7th February to 22nd February. But hey, Gina, do you know what's also launching in this period?
Parktown Integrated Development.
So the question is it good for you as a consumer when many developers are launching in the same period? Developers also want to gain market share. Do you think they will dare to anyhow price their units? Probably not, right? Yeah, so I think it's actually good for consumers lah. So Gina, what is Elta?
Elta positions itself as an elevated modern living, giving you treehouse vibes that connects with nature, bringing about a luxurious yet tranquil lifestyle.
Sounds nice. Okay, so moving forward, this is the location map. So from the location map, you can see that Elta, it's located here along Clementi Avenue 1. But one look at this location map, right, you can see that what are we surrounded by?
A lot of schools.
Yeah, see, we have a lot of schools here as well as over here. So basically, the schools around us range from preschool to tertiary as well as international schools. But that's not all. So over at Buona Vista and One North, what do we have?
We have the Silicon Valley of Singapore over here. So this translates to great demand for units around, especially for residential units.
So basically, there's no lack of rental demand in this area. Elta will definitely have a huge demand for tenant pool over here. Next will be just the project details.
So here are the project details of Elta. It is a joint venture between two renowned developers, MCL and CSE Land Group. There will be 2 blocks of 39-storey residential building, total units 501. There will be a basement parking with 3 stories of multi-storey car park.
So the TOP date expected is about 31 March 2029, and this is basically the details of the architect to the surveyor, main con and whatnot lah. A little bit more about the developers. So we have MCL Land, which recently they built Nava Grove, as well as we have CSC Land. So Verdale and Twinview is some of their track records lah.
So moving on, we'll be talking about the site plan, elevation chart and unit mix. And this is how Elta will look like.
Based on the site plan, we can see that the larger units are actually loaded facing the AYE. So there's this possibility that the developers might price this as a premium.
And for Elta, we have full condo facilities and they are mainly elevated lah. On the first story, we have the arrival court, guardhouse area. Then above here, on the 4th floor, we have the swimming pool, gym, function room.
Basically your main facilities lah on the 4th floor.
But it's good to know that there's a tennis court.
Yeah, so this is a full condo facilities. Okay, so this is how the drone view look like, respectively for the different facing on the 30th floor. So Gina, why we also feel that AYE could be a premium facing is because
of the unblocked views.
Yeah.
It is beautiful here.
Yeah, the unblocked view is definitely much nicer view compared to the Clementi Avenue 1. Of course, Clementi Avenue 1's view is still fairly decent, but it's just that at the AYE side, it's very nice, very unblocked, yeah.
But just note that because it's AYE facing, right, there will be heavy vehicles along the expressway, so there will definitely be some noise for that facing.
So this is the elevation chart. Basically, you can see that it is a twin tower spanning 39 stories with our block 10 having 6 stacks per level, and for block 12 we have 8 stacks per level. So notice that the lowest floor starts from 4th floor for most of the units, except stack 1, stack 13 and stack 14, they start from the 5th floor. Yeah, this is just something to take note. So Gina, you can share with us the unit mix.
Okay, there are 1 bedroom plus study, all the way to 5 bedroom.
So actually from the unit mix, right, what we can see is we segregate them according to the more investment units, mostly the 1 and 2 bedroom, and then the own stay units, which is the 3 bedroom to the 5 bedroom. But for Elta, the highest concentration of unit type is actually in the 2 bedrooms. Yeah, so we will be talking more on the 2 bedrooms later on.
So as we all know, Elta is a balloting process. Prices will not be released until the launch date itself. So what we have done is actually to analyze the other developments that these developers have built previously to kind of extract out and find what will be our expected starting price and also the premium for each level.
Yeah. Okay, so essentially what we are trying to do here, right, is to take the developers' past projects to predict whether or not will they be using the same pricing strategy for Elta. So we have on the left Twin View over here. Twin View is by CSC Land. So we took two different sizes of their 2 bedroom, but what you can see is from the lowest floor to the top floor, right, the premium is actually at 24% premium. So lowest floor to mid floor is 11%. So it's very similar for the 710 square feet as well. The top floor premium is at 24% and the mid floor is at 13%. So how we derive the average figure is basically taking these two sizes and average out, giving us a final number of 24% for the top floor, and the mid floor will have a 12% premium. So likewise for Margaret View, I understand that, you know, a lot of people may be using Nava Grove as an example because Nava Grove is more recent, right? And this is by MCL Land. So we just wanted to take something a little bit older just to see whether have they really been sticking to their pricing strategy, and actually they are really using the same pricing strategy.
Constant, honestly.
Yeah, so to cut this part short, we derive with a 20% premium at the top floor and a mid floor with a 10% premium. Okay? But Gina, we took one step further, right? We actually average out between these two developers.
Yes, since it is also a joint venture between them.
Yeah.
And it has proven that the top floor relative to the lowest floor, 22%, mid-floor relative to lowest floor, 11%.
Yeah, so basically this price mapping will give you a better insight on the price premiums between the lowest floor to the top floor, so that you can actually decide even before the launch prices are out. You can have a rough estimation, so you can gauge where your budget lies and you can work around what you can essentially do with your budget. Okay, so this is the land break-even.
Yes.
Basically the estimated break-even for Elta. So with a starting from price of 2,200 PSF, using the 22% and 11% price premium that we derived earlier, we will arrive with a top floor premium of
$2,684 PSF, and the 11% premium will translate to $2,442 PSF.
Okay, so next we will be touching on the 1 bedroom analysis. Okay, so Gina, so what's your thoughts on this 1 bedroom plus study?
Okay, I can see that the layout is pretty standard for a 1 plus study layout. Entrance from here, then there is this open kitchen concept, study which you can be enclosed. There's a proper dining area, living room, and pretty much standard master bedroom and master bathroom layout. But the only thing I find a bit weird is this zigzag area.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit awkward, but I think end of the day, 1 plus study is just like that because the size is also a bit limited. But at least this study really does feel quite spacious, where it gives you this flexibility to really seal it up to use it as a store. So it's very rare to see a 1 plus study that can be used as a store.
Yes.
Right?
And I think placing the study here, just beside the kitchen, gives you kind of a wide frontage feel as you enter from here.
For the 1 plus study, basically we can see that there's only one stack 10. And where is stack 10? So basically stack 10 is over here. We are facing the Clementi Avenue 1, 36 units. So you can see that the developer never really focused so much on the 1 plus study. Yeah, so with the starting from price 2,200 PSF, right, we will get this price point for low, mid and top floor respectively. Right. So Gina, what's the rental yield of the 1 bedroom around us?
Just beside us there is Clavon, TOP in 2024, and we have extracted out their details here. Clavon, 527 square feet, 1 bedroom, quantum-wise around 1.06 million. Okay, then the average rental is 3,600. Rental yield around 4%.
4% is actually quite good, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we assume Elta to be 2,200 PSF, right? The quantum should be around 1.12 million, and if we manage to rent out at $3,600, the yield is around 3.85%.
I think this is fairly good also because having a 3.85% rental yield, we are very close to our neighbor Cleveland lah. It's very rare that in today's market you can buy into something new because at a higher quantum, higher PSF, yet still fetch about the same rental yield, right? But of course the disclaimer is this is the starting from prices lah. So as you go higher, your rental yield will come down to maybe about 3.2, 3.4%. Yeah, yes. Thereabouts.
And we also analysed Cleveland's rental for the high floor versus low floor rental, and we discovered that actually there's not much of a difference. So if you were to enter at a lower price point, your ROI will definitely be safer lah, will be higher.
So basically this is the side-by-side comparison of the layouts for Cleveland versus Elta lah. So just now we have already showed you that this is the rental yield, but here we want to talk more about the layout. So actually you can see it's kind of the same lah. It's just that the Cleveland study is integrated into the master room, which I know maybe some people might prefer a huge master if they can hack this and extend it. But if not, I personally will feel Elta's layout is more premium because it does not feel so cramped from their kitchen and dining area versus Cleveland's kitchen, dining and living. It's all stacked together. You know, it does give this feeling that it's kind of cramped. So 1+ study or 2-bedroom? That's the question, you know, a lot of consumers ask if I can top up to a 2-bedroom. So what is the price gap? So let's take a look. Because our 1+ study, right, it's 506 square feet. And then our 2-bed 1-bath is 614 square feet. So with this 108 square feet difference multiplied by the 2,200 PSF, we will get about a 237,000 price difference lah. But is it worth it to top up?
For the additional $237,000, right, you can get a proper enclosed kitchen.
Which is, I think, something a lot of people want, right? Yes. Enclosed kitchen, yeah.
Enclosed kitchen, a proper dining area, and of course, the additional bedroom. Which I also think that in the future, if you have plans to exit, this kind of layout will have a better exit strategy, especially targeting the buyer profiles of a couple or maybe even a couple with a kid lah.
The entrance area also, I realized that you can actually do some shoe cabinetry lah, right? So
since the DB is just beside only, so you can extend it out lah, this way. Okay, so of course Elta also depends on balloting, and let's say if you are only left with the choice of top floor units, actually you can consider the 2-bed 1-bath at this quantum, quite similar, but you have to go to the lowest floor lah.
Yeah, so basically you need to know when is a good time to start considering like other bedroom types. Yeah, because since the price is so similar, or if the top up is very marginal, then might as well go for the bigger size. Okay, so for the 2-bedroom analysis, we have now the 2-bed 1-bath, the 614 square feet. Both we have 36 units, stack 11 over here, as well as type B2, we have stack 7 facing the AYE. One look, you can see that side-by-side comparison, the layouts are quite similar. So where are the difference? Basically, for the Type B1, you'll realize that the entrance walkway will feel a little bit shorter compared to the Type B2. But for the dining area, for Type B2 is actually in front of the kitchen. But this kitchen, you realize that it does not give you this glass panel. So you may feel that it is a little bit cramped. It may give this feeling because usually with glass panel, you realize that it's more spacious.
And if it's glass, it will overlook the balcony and the views over there.
But the good thing is that for B2, it has a little bit more privacy in the sense because your bedroom doors are staggered. It's not exactly door-to-door facing as compared to B1 is a little bit more door-to-door facing lah. So frankly speaking, both layouts are quite good, but if we were to decide which has a better edge, personally we will choose
B1.
Yes, we will choose the type B1. So type B1, as what we shared before, we have the enclosable kitchen, you got the designated dining area, dumbbell layout as well, but the most important thing is the shorter foyer walkway. So when you come in here, you realize that your view is a bit wider. Yeah, so we personally feel that Stack 11 has this slight advantage above Stack 5. But don't get us wrong, Stack 7 is still very decent as well. So of course, if your ballots are not so decent in that sense, you can also still consider the Stack 7.
Type B1 might also be slightly cheaper because it is the Clementi Avenue 1 facing.
Yeah, this is assuming if the developers really decide to load the premium on the AYE facing lah.
Yes. So should we top up for additional one more bath?
Yeah. So what's the price gap if I want to go up to the 2-bed 2-bath?
Okay, looking at the size difference, right, there is this 614 square feet versus this 700 square feet. Difference is 86 square feet times the 2,200 PSF. Price gap will be $189,000. Okay, comparing the different layouts, right? Both are dumbbell still. Both have enclosable kitchen.
Actually, it's kind of similar lah.
Very
Really
similar, and I like that the dining are all tucked in this corner.
So I think end of the day, you have to decide for yourself, do you really need that additional bath? I think if it's for own stay, we tend to want to have the 2-bed 2-bath lah. But if you're looking more into the investment angle, right, then 2-bed 1-bath is good enough, especially when you're looking at rental yield. So notice the price. Right, Gina, you realize, the top floor price for the 2-bed 1-bath is actually almost 100k higher than the lowest floor
for the 2-bed 2-bath.
Yeah, so if in this scenario, right, it's really no-brainer. You're forced to choose the very high floors for the 2-bed 1-bath. You should just might as well go for the 2-bed 2-baths.
Either lowest or you can go to the mid floor.
Yep.
Okay, so for the 2-bed 2-bath layout, there are two different stacks. Same size, both 700 square feet. Stack 14 is here and stack 3 is here. So both have different facing, but same thing, they are all of a similar layout. Dining is here and here. So not much of a difference.
I mean, yeah, one glance you can't really tell.
The only difference is the foyer space.
For the B4P, will feel like the walkway is really longer. So this is the thing, when your walkway is narrow and long, the perspective is that you'll feel the unit may be a bit smaller. So this is the main difference actually for the 2-bed 2-baths.
So the starting price, lowest floor will be here, 1.54 million, mid floor 1.7 mil, top floor 1.88.
Yeah, actually, for even at the top floor price, 1.88 for a 2-bed 2-bath, I think in today's market, really it's very reasonable price still.
It's a very good quantum, good entry.
Okay, so next up we have the 2+ study. So this 2+ study, we have only one stack, 36 units, and it's a stack 6 facing the AYE. Okay, but the main thing, actually, one look at this 2+ study layout is very similar to our 700 square feet. Okay, where you still have both dumbbell shaped 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, kitchen. But the main thing is that the study here becomes, it feels like a more proper study lah. But this project it is a PPVC, right? So actually over here, there's no way for you to hack, but you can actually seal up this area. So this can be like a flexi lah, basically. But personally, I feel that the dining area does feel a little bit awkward over here. Yeah, and because it is 807 square feet, if you look at it from a quantum perspective,
actually you can top up a little bit more for the 3-bedroom compact, which is 926 square feet, and we will share about that later. So looking at the price point, right, at 2,200 PSF, low floor will start from $1.775 million. And using this example, Ori, which was launched quite recent in this year, they have a 2-bed plus study layout at 700 square feet. So with their example, right, 700 square feet, they managed to transact at 1.75
starting from,
million starting from. So with this kind of quantum, it is easily achievable with Elta. So if Elta managed to transact or launch at 1.75 mil divided by their square feet, the PSF is actually only $2168. So for this kind of layout and PSF, right, it will be very attractive for PSF sensitive buyers. So if you can enter at this range, I think it's a very, very good buy.
Really very good PSF play on this aspect. So for the 2-bit 2-buff, which one did we rank first?
B3P.
So the reason why we rank B3P first is mainly because the B3P and the B4P is very similar. It's just the entrance walkway is slightly different only. Yeah, and the 807 square feet, yes, it is quite good on the PSF play. But because this is, I feel like it is a little bit not here, not there, because you might as well just stretch a little bit more to go up to the 3-bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the investability point of view in terms of the rental yield for a 2-bedroom at Elta? So we take a look at Clairvont's 2-bedroom as a comparison. So the 2-bed 1-baths at Clairvont actually transact at an average of 4150. Okay, and the 2-bed 2-bath transact average of 4,005. So it actually 2-bed 1-bath and 2-bed 2-bath. Yes, it's about like $350 different. But in terms of when we break it down, does it really make sense to go for 2-bed 1-bath or 2-bed 2-bath?
Okay, so for Elta, 2-bed 1-bath is 614 square feet. Quantum-wise, starting from $1.35 million. And we take the average rental of $4,150. It will amount to 3.7% rental yield. So if we look at Elta's 2-bed 2-bath, 700 square feet, price quantum starting from $1.54 million, rental at $4,500, your rental yield will be 3.5%.
So actually not much difference lah. But the key thing to note is that in terms of exit strategy, 2-bed 2-baths will be easier to exit. But if you really are just looking from a rental point of view, you are gonna hold this for long term and just keep collecting rental income, then of course the 2-bed 1-bath will make more sense lah. So next up we have the 3-bedroom analysis. Our 3-bedroom compact is a 926 square feet lah. Yeah. So Gina, you can share more on this 926 square feet.
So for this 3-bedroom, 926 square feet, there are 2 stacks. Stack 4 here, which is facing Clementi Avenue 1, and same thing for the other stack, stack 9 facing Clementi Avenue 1. But also do note that there are neighboring projects here. So certain areas in the layout, right, you will be able to see your neighboring projects. So looking at the layout here, this bedroom 3, right, which will be here, will face the neighboring project, same as this stack will face the other one. Okay. So for this layout, main entrance enter, you have a nice privacy area, enclosed kitchen, but there is no yard and no store here. Okay, then proper dining area, living area, and pretty much standard 3-bedroom layout where all the bedrooms are flanked to one side.
Basically, the 926 are both the corner units lah. But of course, if you prefer a lot of privacy, then this is something that you will appreciate. So based on the starting from prices, we derive this amount of quantum lah. Okay, so but the thing is, when we talk about 3-bedroom, especially 3-bedroom compact, we want to know next time when we sell, who are the next group of buyers, whether or not can they afford or not. So that's why we have this affordability gap that we want to understand whether can the next group of buyers really afford. So this is the 4-room flats, HDB flats in Clementi. Notice that these are the transactions. It's pretty high. We can probably assume based on this infer that the average price point is about $1 million already. And frankly speaking, today's market, yeah, $1 million flats are really very normal lah. Yeah. Okay. So can the upgraders afford? Assuming back then they bought at this price, okay, 432k to 550k, and average sale price is 1 million. We will derive with a 570k sales proceed, as well as with the CPF refund and your current OA adding up will be estimated about 170k lah. So our final amount of cash and CPF that these upgraders can put towards their next purchase is actually 740k. Yeah, so
assuming Elta you bought at this price, and next time you want to sell at 2,600 PSF, which will be $2.41 million, based on the down payment for this amount and the buyer stamp duty, it will amount to $572,000, which can be easily covered by this amount.
Yeah, more than surplus lah. So it's very comfortable actually. So you can definitely go ahead and consider a 926 square feet for own stay or even for investment. Yeah. So next up is the 3-bedroom premium. So actually for Elta, right, the 3-room we only have like 2 stacks of the 926 as well as 1 3 premium at the 1023 square feet. And all of the 3 bedrooms are actually facing the Clementi Avenue one. Okay, but the main difference is for the 3 premium, you can see that this is kind of like a dumbbell shape lah. Yeah, but the good thing is that all rooms are stacked towards the same facing. Okay,
the main door, privacy,
yeah,
especially for the bedrooms, as you will not be facing your neighbors beside you.
In that sense, but for the unit wise, the entrance, not much privacy lah. Basically, you open your main door, right? You can see your living, dining. You can even see past your balcony and see Nanhua High also. Yeah, so I mean, it really depends on whether or not you are a very private person lah. Okay, but importantly, who are the buyers who buy 3 premium? Usually is family profiles, right? So what do family profiles really want in their 3-bedroom?
Yard and store.
With the yard and store, but something unique. The developers are providing some
provisions.
Yeah,
right?
provisions. Yeah, some provisions to make it a bit more sweet for you, lah. Right?
Yes, they will provide water dispenser and purifier over here at the dry kitchen area, and at the yard, right, they will actually provide Stegen, which is the air drying rack.
Yeah, it's a German brand, and here say the water dispenser purifier, it's a Korean brand. It's by Wells. It's quite expensive, right, Wells?
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, as of now, this is what we know lah. Subject to changes if there is, okay? So that's the disclaimer. Yeah, but notice the study.
Located here.
Yeah.
Actually, right, it has potential to become a store. Okay, so as you enter from here, there's a yard. Here can be a store. You can close up this area or this area.
Also, there's at least a bit more flexibility lah in the 3 premium. The price point, it's about starting from 2.25 to all the way 2.745. For 3 premium, even top floor 2.745.
Okay,
yeah, really okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So now we want to rank the 3-bedroom.
So our top choice will be Type C1, the 926 square feet. Mainly because it has a very, very attractive quantum. It has good amount of privacy, and it has windows in all bath and kitchen.
Yeah, actually the 1023 is not too bad either. It's just that in terms of really the quantum perspective, we personally feel that Type C1 will be very attractive, and they have stack 4 and stack 9 2 stacks. So a little bit more options for you to choose as well. Yeah, but if you really value yard area, flexi, all these, then you can only consider the stack 2 lah. Yeah. Okay, so moving on with the 4-bedroom analysis. Yeah, maybe Gina, you want to share with us?
Okay, so for the 4-bedroom premium, there are 2 types, type D1P and D2P. D1P is 1184 square feet, stack 8, facing the AYE. There will be 36 units in total. So for D2P, right, it is 1,313 square feet, stack 12, 36 units in total. Stack 12 will face Clementi Avenue 1. So comparing the 2 different layouts, right, we can see that the type D2P has a proper junior master as compared to the D1P. So the difference is just mainly the additional bathroom, where these two common bedrooms can share this common bathroom, whereas for this one, the two bedrooms here will need to share this bathroom along with this bedroom.
The entrance also, it has a little bit of a difference. As you can see from here, this one has a little bit more privacy as compared to the D2P. And you'll realize that both the dining living is the same, basically, between the 1184 versus the 1313. But the walkway for the 1313 does feel a little longer as compared to our D1P. One look is really not much difference, frankly speaking. So this is the price point where even a mid-floor is already the same price as the lowest floor for the 1313. So this is something you can take note if you have this option to consider.
So is the additional bath worth it? It is also up to your preference, your living standards. Okay, so the price gap, right, because this one is 1313, the other one is 1184, difference of 129 square feet. Using 2200 PSF, the difference is actually 283k more just for the additional bathroom here.
So next up we have the 4-bedroom dual key. Recently I realized that even Ori also launched some dual keys, right? Like dual keys start to resurface again. But actually, what is dual key? So for those who don't know, right, dual key is basically a unit split into two separate units. Most of the time you'll have one studio, and then if it's a 3-bedroom dual key, then your 2 bedrooms here. But this 4-bedroom dual key, so we have a 3-bedroom over here. So the good thing about having a dual key is that you can actually rent out your studio area to help you cushion your monthly mortgage. So this is why sometimes it's very attractive to some buyers out there, or they can also, let's say if they have an elderly parent staying with them, or let's say extended family, they can actually let their family members stay in their studio and they can stay in the main 3-bedroom side. So yet they can also have basically can look after their elderly parents, right? Okay, so this is one thing to take note. But now let's zoom into the layout for the 4-bedroom dual key. So 4-bedroom dual key, basically over here your entrance will split into the 2 separate units. But you realize that the layout over here, yes, you have a proper kitchenette area, a proper bath, but I find it a little bit awkward to have this wardrobe in front of the bedroom, right? What do you think, Gina? Kind of weird, right?
Where can I put my TV?
You can't really put your TV. You can't even put a projector and shoot it to your wardrobe. So, I don't know, maybe you can consider buying movable wardrobes and put at the balcony. Maybe. You can even zip track it, whatnot, and then you can have your walkout closet. I know a lot of times people talk about walk-in closet, but maybe you can consider walkout closet for here. Then you can watch TV. Okay. Also, studio, one thing good I realize is that if next time a virus hit us like COVID again, wow, this is a perfect quarantine place. Yeah, then you can swap with your family members. If they're sick, this one go here and quarantine. Makes sense, right? Yeah. But okay, then let's take a look at the 3-bedroom side of the dual key. You'll realize that same thing, you have a very long walkway. Dining, living is still on the portrait style, not the landscape style. Your dry kitchen is here, wet kitchen. So it's kind of similar to the previous 4-bedroom that Gina shared earlier. Basically about the same. But of course, good thing is bedroom 3 can still be classified as the ensuite with the bath too. Okay, but one thing I realized for the 4-bedroom dual key, why it may make sense for even people who are just looking purely in terms of rental is because a studio over here can probably rent for, let's say, 3.6k. And if your 3-bedroom over here can rent for, let's say, 6k to 7k, you are looking at easily a 10k rental for a 4-bedroom over here. So this is something that if you are very focused in terms of the rentability, you can actually not just only always consider small units, but a 4-bedroom dual key works well as well. But the disclaimer is dual key easy to exit, not
easy.
Yeah, dual key a little bit harder so you may need to hold it slightly longer, wait for better opportunities to come in, then you can start to plan for your exit. But yeah, all in all, I think this 4-bedroom dual key is very similar. In size, it's also the same 1313 square feet. Okay, yeah, and we only have one stack, and it's facing the AYE lah. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the 4-bedroom plus study, 1,507 square feet, type D4S, located here, stack 13 facing the AYE. Total, there are only 35 units. And looking at the layout, right, entrance here, there's a good amount of privacy. And living area, it is portrait layout, but you will realize that actually
slightly wider,
quite wide. Yes, so quite standard lah. You have dry kitchen, wet kitchen, household shelter, and what I like about this unit is that there is this additional study. So since there's a household shelter here already, this study can be utilized as maybe your proper study or even your helper's room.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to highlight is that all of the rooms are essentially ensuite because here can be shared. Okay.
Yeah, the master bath will have the his and her sink, so you all don't have to fight. But one thing is this 4 plus study, 4 plus study is considered quite a premium already at 1,005 square feet some more. But it does not come with the private lift. So this is something that buyers may potentially be picking on. Okay.
But if you are able to enter at 2,200 PSF, price point will be this. And honestly, for a 3.3 million starting price for a 4-bedroom study at 1,507 square feet, it is quite...
Sounds cheap. Actually sounds cheap, yeah.
Yeah, in this day and age.
So over here, we will summarize the 4-bedroom and choose our top choice. So basically, our top choice is the 1184, the smallest 4-bedroom. Reason being because firstly, the quantum is really very attractive, and the 1184 and the 1313 as shared earlier is really not much difference in terms of their layout. Surprisingly, we decide to rank the dual key as second because it has good flexibility of own stay as well as vestibility in terms of the renting out, as what we also mentioned earlier. Okay, but for the 1,507 square feet, it's just something that if let's say budget is not much of a constraint for you and you are someone who really values a lot of space, then definitely you can consider the 1,507 square feet. Yeah, moving forward
to the 5-bedroom analysis. So we'll use Claiborne's 5-bedroom unit as an example. It is 1,690 square feet. Okay, and the main difference is that they have a private lift. And what I like about this private lift is that the entrance faces a wall giving you privacy. Then as you enter the living space, you will notice that it has a very wide landscape view overlooking the living room and the balcony.
So usually when you buy a 5-bedroom, you really want to have a very wide frontage for your living and dining, and that's why we always mention like having a landscape living dining area. It does give you a very different feeling as compared to a portrait kind.
Yes, and another note is that the wet kitchen is actually very big. So if you have a big family, it will be very suitable for you. And another note is that there is a proper junior master at the side here, and there is also a back door for the common lift lobby. This is where you will receive all your Grab deliveries, etc. And it also faces the household shelter. So whoever who is coming from this lift will not be able to see what is going on inside here. Okay,
so I think moving on next will be for the 5-bedroom at Elta. We have one stack 1. Pardon us, sorry, it's not here. It's actually over here, the grey one, stack 1. 35 units. Okay, so one look at the layout, you can already tell that there's no private lift lah, right? But the good thing is, it is still fairly spacious for the dining as well as the living, but it is still in a portrait style kind of living dining area. Likewise, as compared to Claiborne right previously, we have the standalone junior master. But hey, this is junior master 1 and we have another junior master. So the question is, do we really need 2 junior masters? You know, having a junior master, I think is of course a lot of families will appreciate. But having a second one, later the kids fight, see who want to take which room. Yeah.
It might stress you out further.
Yeah, but you see, the wet kitchen is kind of small for the 5-bedroom. But of course, since you have a proper home shelter, the utility has a window here. You can actually convert this to helper's room lah. Okay, but the good thing is there is a nice tuck-away powder room, especially if you host a lot of guests, then your guests can just use this powder room. But other than that, kind of the same as the 4 Premium for Elta. Everything here is like an ensuite, okay? Then your master bath is spacious enough, as well as you have these dual sinks lah. Yeah, but frankly speaking, for 5-bedroom, right? Dubai is really want the private lift. What's your thoughts?
I will want.
Yeah, actually, frankly speaking, if I'm paying at a premium to get a 5-bedroom, I also feel that I may want to have this private lift also. Not saying that this Elta's layout is not good. Actually, the layout is still quite good. It's just that if have private lift,
it will be perfect.
Yeah, a lot better. Okay.
So the price for 5-bedroom starting from 3.9 mil. Mid-floor 4.3 mil, high floor 4.7 mil. We also further analysed the supply of 5-bedrooms surrounding Elta. So we have Clairvon right beside us, TOP 2024. For their 5-bedroom, there are 36 units. And for the park, TOP in 2010, 5-bedroom has only 9 units.
And these 9 units, actually some of it are considered penthouse. Yeah,
that's why you can see that it is so big.
So basically our direct competition is just literally beside us, Clairvon. That's all. And it's only 36 units, just 1 unit more than us. Okay, but for Clairvon, this is the 4-bedder profits. We want to show you the 5-bedder profits actually, but currently they have no transaction yet. Okay, mainly because all want to own stay lah, right? 5-bedroom. But just look at 4-bedders profits. Over here, wow, and guess what? Are we actually near MRT or not? We are not really, right? The myth is always must buy near MRT, then can see huge profit, then can make money, then can see huge profit. But no, see Clairvon already we have like 780k, we have even 906,000, almost touching $1 million already for just the 4-bedder. So just imagine, the 5-bedder, likely they are mostly crossing 1 mil. Minimally should be at least, I guess, 800k profit margin already.
Yes, and important thing to note is that the holding period, you can see mainly from 2022 to 2021, and over here they sold at 2024 range upon TOP essentially. And with this holding period of 3 to 4 years, they can make this amount. It's really very impressive.
So this is something, if you have the budget to buy bigger units, potentially this is the amount of profits that you can be seeing lah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so surrounding 5-bedroom, previously we shared with you what's in our immediate vicinity. But if you were to take District 5 as a gauge lah, we basically have the 10 projects amounting to 258 units lah. So Gina, 258, do you feel that it's actually low or high in terms of our 5-bedroom supply around us?
I think quite okay, not too much and not too little lah.
Sure.
Good amount of competition as well.
Yeah, and Elta coming at 35 units, we are already about 12% of the total number of 5-bedrooms around us lah. So importantly, why we are showing you all this is because we want to share with you that in areas where there is low supply, chances of you seeing a big profit margin is really a lot higher.
Yes.
So next, we take a look at Park Clementi's. So Park Clementi's is around here. We have 105 units of the 5-bedroom. But notice around us, older projects, mostly 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom. Here, 4-bedroom, 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 4-bedroom. Only Whistler Grand, we have the 5-bedrooms there, 34 units, and Twin View 4 units, but it is all the penthouse units lah. And sorry, Carabelle, 10 units of 5-bedroom penthouse as well. So mostly if we were to exclude the penthouse units, we only have Whistler Grand as a competition in relation to Park Clementi's. And as a result, what was the 5-beta profit margin for the Park Clementi's. You can see it is average also about $700 plus $1,000. So yeah, it is quite a huge profit margin.
Holding period also not too long.
Mostly we notice is between a 3 to 4 year period. They can really reap this amount of profit. So next, Gina will share on the
East side.
Yes, east side.
Okay, so analysing District 5 alone is not enough. We explored the east as well. So here we will focus mainly on Treasure at Tampines because it is a very, very large project. It TOP in 2023, 110 units of 5-bedroom. And surrounding, right, this part, Simei area, only have 2 developments with 5-bedroom units. One of it is East Point Green, TOP 1998. 5 bedrooms, only 8 units. And double bay residences, 5-bedroom duplex, only 7 units. So, focusing on Treasure at Tampines, we can see their profits.
You know, last time people who buy Treasure at Tampines, because it's a very huge development, right? They thought like, hey, can exit or not? Will I fight with my neighbor to exit? But guess what?
Turns out it performs so well. Okay, so over the holding period of same thing, 3 to 4 years, all the people here made this price range. Highest is $981,000.
Who would have thought, right? Tampines, 5-bedroom can see almost $1 million profit.
Amazing.
The owner must be really very, very happy lah. To give you further examples, right, we took Jadescape as well in District 20. So Jadescape is here. We have 39 units of the 5-bedder. Surrounding us mostly are a lot of the old condos, no 5-bedroom. Only Ximing Plaza has 3 units of 5-bedroom. So literally, we have no competition. Yeah, we are the only 5-bedroom, and our 5-bedroom is very sizable, 2099 square feet. So this is the profit margin for Jadescape. Can you see that? Wow, mostly is in the millions one. Can you imagine this person paid 10 million and 10 million no, for this if I'm not wrong is the penthouse lah.
Yes.
Yeah, but the profit is 4.35 million. You can go buy one inter-terrace already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so clearly when you know that in your area that you're gonna buy into, there's really no supply and you can afford to buy into a bigger quantum, yeah, chances of you make money is definite, I think. Yes. But it's more of like how much you make. You can really make a lot more. Yeah.
Okay, so we have come to the end of this Elta project analysis series, and we hope that it is insightful for you and is able to give you a better head start to also plan your finances more properly before heading down to the ballot on the 7th February.
And that's why we did the price mapping to give you an illustration of the mid-floor, top floor prices. So if your budget can really go up even to the top floor, means you know that even if your ballot number may not be the best, you have options to consider at the top floor, or as well as you may be able to switch to a different bedroom type. Yeah. So on the booking day, it can be very stressful, and sometimes buyers will feel that they decide too fast, and that's why sometimes buyer remorse, there's bounce out units, right? So we are definitely there to value add you, to help you choose what is the right unit for you based on your budget as well as based on your needs lah. So we hope that you have benefited from this Elta project sharing today. So do like and subscribe to our videos, and do support us at our respective numbers over there. Yes. Yeah, so Elta is also launching alongside
Park Town.
So I think we are rushing out our next video. Basically, we'll see you at our next project analysis, which is Park Town. So if you are someone who is actually considering both projects and you don't know which one to choose, feel free to reach out to us lah. Yeah,
or even if you are considering other projects, feel free to contact us and we can see how we can help you better. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.